If you guys are new to the channel, probably around 2 months ago, I snagged a 130-acre hunting lease locally in my area. And guys, in those 2 months, we have done so many things to that property to get it to where it needs to be. The property wasn't maintained in over 10 years, so the first step was to go out there and really see what I was working with here. And then once I got all that figured out, I realized that we had nothing but trespassers coming through here. So we gated off the whole entire property, trying to keep people out so we can keep the wildlife in. I wanted to design the property to where we had animals coming from left and right, and when they came, I wanted them to stay. So it came down to doves, to turkey, to deer, the whole 9 yards. So I started planting food plots all around this property. We did sunflowers and cucumbers for the dove. We did tons of different types of clover, chicory, winter peas for the turkey and the deer. We did radishes, all different stuff, guys. And let me just say the planters worked, and I'm super happy with it. We've had all different types of species coming through the property, and guys, they're on a schedule now. I'm having all these animals consistently coming back, and that's going to allow us to have so much content out here on this property and just to make the wildlife the best we can make it. So if you guys can see behind me, we are on a completely new farm. This is 150 acres, and guys, I grew up in this town my whole entire life, and I've probably known about this location for like the last maybe 8 years, and it's just one of those spots where it's got a lot of potential because just like my farm, how I'm smack down in the middle, I got a couple little pieces of property around me, but around the whole entire perimeter, it's been neighborhoods fully developing. So guys, in the long run, it pushes those animals towards you. Kind of the same things happen here, but this is a big chunk of land, and it's just kind of been untouched. So I've known the owners for a very long time, and now my buddy and his wife have the piece of property. So we want to try to do some stuff out here. Seeing what I've been doing in my videos, he's gotten very interested to try to get his property kind of the same way. So pretty much from start from finish, we're going to be doing the same exact thing that we did to my farm, but now on a completely different property, and that just gets me super excited because I like to find out the inventory. I like to try to figure out where we're going to do these spots, where we're going to put the food plots. So guys, that's pretty much what we're going to be doing today. I have the four-wheel loaded up. If you guys missed the last video, we picked up a 2024 Honda Rancher. Thing's a badass unit, man. I freaking love it. Just for the use of it today, to be able to ride around, and we're not walking everywhere like I do everything labor hand. So let's get her unloaded, and I'm going to take you guys to the first location I want to show you, and it involves some sunflowers. First location we're heading to right now is some sunflowers that my buddy planted not too long ago. And guys, just about to jump in this four-wheeler and just head over here. I mean, it's just some places I can't get my truck. I beat the hell out of it. But check out these sunflowers. These things have come up amazing. Talk about luscious. These sunflowers are looking freaking good. Some are like, the average is like 6 foot. Some are a little taller, a little shorter. Sunflowers just kind of grow all crazy. I'm in the back right now. You can see that some are kind of leaning over. We had some massive storms last night. They should, start to kind of stick back up. Some of these heads are like 7-8 inches. I mean, they're massive. And if you guys are wondering, hey Peter, how are your sunflowers doing? Well, I took a little video for y'all today. Gotta be kidding me. You can see that mine are not even half of this size. My biggest one's probably like 2.5, 3 foot maybe. Guys, the weather and the rain has really screwed me on those. I mean, they're coming up. I have some heads on mine too. No flowers yet by dove season, which is September 3rd. I mean, we're probably gonna have some flowers. First time soil. I mean, guys, I did everything I could to make mine come up, and like I said, we've been successful. I mean, they're blooming. I'm talking shit on mine, but I mean, obviously you can see mine compared to these. I'm a little bit behind there, pal. Here we go. I found a Peter plant. Those develop and just kind of see what happens with them. But worst comes to worst, we still have a place to come shoot some doves this season. Let's jump back on the four-wheeler and let's go try to find our first spot for our deer. Just getting going with this video, and it seems like the weather has not agreed with me today. So might need to try to finish this up tomorrow, but we're for sure going to show you this one spot. This field right here, y'all, is absolutely beautiful. You can see what I'm coming through right now. It is just, this property's got the layout, okay, and that's why I'm excited to try to do some stuff out here. It's just, this is the ideal food plot little area, and it's not even that little, it's a pretty big spot. So this is for sure what we're gonna have for one of our food plots, and to throw a little stand up right here in the corner of this field, it's gonna be very ideal. Now, if you're wondering what kind of food plot we're gonna do, the same thing that's been producing for me on my property, which has been all different types of clover, chicory, winter peas. That stuff has grown absolutely crazy. Like I said, we're gonna gonna do an update video so you guys can see the property, but I mean, the whole thing is luscious. I mean, it's one of the best food plots I've ever done. The radishes, they're doing really good. I also threw some winter peas and some chicory in there too. Guys, the deer, turkey, everything on my farm is absolutely loving it. We have a massive 6-pointer that we call Brutus. He's a little wonky, but I enjoyed like studying deer like that, and he was actually one of the first big bucks to find that food plot, and he's been there every single night since. So it's cool to actually plant something and watch it, you know, watch it do its job, and that's why I'm excited to put one out here at this farm, because I got a feeling we're gonna have some pretty massive deer out here. All right, y'all, it is the next day. You can see that we have bluebird skies. It is a lot nicer than when it was yesterday. We got cut off with the rain, but we're back out here today. We got the 4-wheeler unloaded, and we're gonna continue our little tour of the property and start getting some stuff figured out of, like I said in the beginning, where we're gonna try to put some deer stands where the most activity is. Like yesterday when I pulled up, guys, down here in this valley where we're about ahead, I saw a couple does. Today, didn't have enough time to get the camera out, but literally right there, we saw some more does. So the deer are very active here, and it's because, like I said, this property has been untouched. So like when I say we're gonna get a feeder and some corn out, we're gonna have deer on it probably that night, just like my property, and I think we're gonna have, you know, some bigger bucks out here too. So I'm excited to see what's gonna be out here. But first things first, we gotta go head down to this spot that I think is probably gonna be one of the better spots on this property, just because of the scenery, the creek that's down there, and the potential that it has to make it the deer sanctuary. So let's jump on the 4-wheeler and let's head down there and show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. This spot I really think is gonna produce a lot for us. One, because it's kind of tucked back here on the property line, and here in a second I'm gonna explain to you guys why I prefer putting my stands on property lines, especially a property that hasn't been, you know, hunted in the last couple years. And once you kind of go through the process after a year or two, you can start changing up the stands, and you know, you can really get a good inventory of your deer. You can see we're crossing the creek right now too. I mean, there's a whole water source back here. There's a pond back here as well. And I really think this is gonna draw a lot of deer in, and we're about to jump out here on the field, and I'm gonna show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. I'm super freaking excited about this spot, and I just wanna break it down really quick. This video is more about, like, I'm gonna tell you guys kind of my knowledge and what I know and my opinion, and then, like, I want you guys to shoot back some ideas in the comments, because for your deer hunters, I mean, everyone's property is different, and there is a proper way to set things up. And the reason why I'm wanting to do it, one of the spots right here is right there on top of that hill, a little bit further back, is about the property line of this property, and it kind of, you know, hugs this way, everything forward. To my left and to my right, it's nothing but bedding ground. I mean, it's the perfect stuff. A lot of those deer are gonna want to hang in there, especially those bucks. There's already trails cut all through here where these deer are going. I can already see them. And if you guys actually don't remember, this exact spot is where I blew up my Tahoe when I tried to do a trail riding video that wound up, we sunk the hell out of my damn truck. We gotta throw a clip in here. Uh-oh. Oh, no. I just blew this truck up. So seeing that, yeah, I've had some memories back here, and actually coming through here, I could still see my ruts that I was freaking wide open being a dumbass. You guys might be thinking, why would you throw a stand on a property line? Because you never know, you might get some deer to draw in here, and then, you know, they might, what if they leave your property and they're not coming back because you don't want to cross the borders? Just for an example, like my farm, I have a lot of my feeders kind of on the property lines, and the reason is I'm wanting to get deer inventory. I'm targeting, you know, I shoot for meat, but I'm also trying to get a big buck this year. I put my stands and my feeders on the property lines to 100% guarantee my chances to get more deer coming through. I put them on deer highways. Deer like to cross property lines because it's normally divided by power lines, or you have a gas line, or, you know, it's cutovers like this, or small fields. The owner of this property, he's not a bow hunter, so he's gonna be hunting when the rut's kind of happening, so the inventory you're gonna get of your bucks are probably not gonna be there when you go to hunt them, because they're gonna be chasing does, they're gonna be running around properties covering miles. So right now it's really important that if you can get a couple of those bachelor groups to come through your property and there's food and salt blocks, odds are when they start to get kind of territorial, they might remember these spots and they're gonna, you know, they're gonna probably come back, or they're gonna, when they start pushing off those other deer, those other bucks that found that spot, they might want to hang around too. Because the property's never been hunted before, just like my farm, you don't want to put, you know, feeders smack down in the middle of the property, because those deer don't have a reason to, you know, go venture over there. They're gonna kind of hang around these areas back here where, I mean, they're foraging, they're finding their own food, and then after like the year and a half, 2 years, when you start getting those deer familiar with these food sources, then you can start putting, you know, your spots kind of around the farm, or spots you really want to hunt. But that's why I like property lines. It's to get everything possible coming through here, especially bucks, because they're normally going to hang on the outskirts, and you're not going to really, you know, you're not going to see them as much as you would an open field. They're going to kind of be hanging back here. Throw this out here too, we are on high ground. There's a massive hill right here, so you get a really good glance of what's happening down here. And like I said, bedding ground. We have a creek that runs right here. I'm about to try to walk through there and show you guys. Oh yeah, we got some flowage going through here all the way down. All this area right here, I want to cut down and put a food plot. Super excited about this spot. It's going to be fun getting everything cleared out down here, and getting everything set up and hopefully see what we can draw in. So our next spot we're gonna head to, I'm just gonna consider just calling it open ground, because there's a lot of fields, there's a lot of woods, a lot of stuff that could be cleared, a lot of stuff that could be left. I mean, there's tons of opportunities to figure out what we want to do down here. And I mean, guys, there's deer all around these fields. I see their trails that they're cutting through. There's a lot of stuff to play around with. I call these spots just kind of pods being their little wood points, their little islands, and a lot of deer normally they hang around those. It's a good way to be really close to their food source or where they want to be, but not having to travel super far to get there, so they just kind of hold up in these little areas. Guys, when I say deer trails, we got one right here. I'm just gonna walk down this wood line, because I think I just came across two. Old one right there. We got one cutting in right there. See where all these deer, they're just kind of trailing through here. Here's another one right here. We have that giant pot of woods we can work with, and we have pretty much everything behind me this way. That would be coyote shit. Which leads us to that next opportunity. The coyotes are so freaking bad out here, and guys, I've been trying with my farm. I got over 9 cameras on that property. We've done everything. It's set up the way I dreamed of it ever being. We have not gotten one coyote on camera yet. Even when I was doing my deer shed experiments, when I was just leaving cameras around random pieces of property, I had coyotes passing there. I had coyotes even licking on the salt blocks. We've heard them, we've tried to hunt for them, but just could never get them to come out into the field. I don't think there's as bad as a population at my farm as there is here, because that's a different story. My buddy's got videos of them literally during the day just running through his field. So your boy just picked up a new AR. The scope is coming forward today, and I really think that we're going to be able to do some content out here. Not even having to use thermals, being able to hunt them during the day in the fields, try to get an evening hunt going on, because just for me walking down this one little path, I already found some scat. Total, I think we're going to have 3 to 4 feeders and stands set up. 2 of those are going to be a little in front of the property lines, and the other 2 are going to be actually just in the middle of the farm, just to see what we got going on out here. Because there's so much to work with right now, it doesn't just have to be, oh, this spot looks good, or we're going to try this. We have open range to do exactly what we want. We can clear our own spot and make our own little field, make our own little trail. So the boys are going to be out here tomorrow. I might just have them, you know, just whatever they want to do, man. I mean, there's not really no right or no wrong what you can do to, you know, try to congregate deer to one area when you have so much you can clear and so much you can work with. As far as the 2 spots that I got mapped out, I really got a good feeling about those. And let me know, I have a brand that I've been using. I like them a lot for my food plots. Really going to try to focus on having a fall and a winter source for these food plots, so they're kind of missing the whole leafy green kind of setting right now. There might be a kind I never heard about, and you guys will have really good results of those. Just let me know what you guys would plan to really have something really green and thriving through the fall, because y'all will give it a shot. There's no hate on this channel, and if you guys have experience with something, I'll give it a shot. This video might be shorter than my normal, but I just wanted to get this one out here first before we start coming out here and clearing everything, because that's probably going to be a longer video. But that's now another 150 acres we're going to be managing, and we might be doing some other stuff at my buddy's farm as well. So that's 3 of, in my opinion, some of the best properties we have in our areas, and it's going to be cool to kind of see where the bigger bucks have been hiding at. So I'm super excited to see what my farm's going to put out, what this one's going to do, my buddies as well. So Guys, with that being said, leave some comments down below if you guys are enjoying this video. If you enjoy the riding contents out here using it, the old Rancher son, and getting her done. So happy I picked that up, man. It's making my life a lot easier, and I hope you guys are enjoying it. I appreciate you watching. Until next time, Lit and Bass TV.